What's up, guys? It's Christopher DAV1D on ECF TVN, Aerovapor on YouTube. Today I have an introduction to the Hooligans. Now you may be asking yourself, who are the Hooligans? Let me introduce you. First you have Case. Case is a juice mixer and also one of the people who helps run TVN. Great guy. I met him probably about 6 months ago or so. It was the first time I met him just on TVN, and just a real fun guy to watch if you have a Stick'em account, which if you don't, I definitely recommend you getting one because there are some hysterical shows, one of them being the Hooligans. Now, the second Hooligan is Orion. Short story behind Orion is when I first met him on TVN, 6 months or so ago. I always tell everybody this story and tell him, I thought he was an asshole. His persona on TVN was just an asshole. So, I didn't really talk to him a lot. And then one day I went to Vape Stock, not even realizing that Orion lived in Florida, or less than a block from Vape Stock. And as I'm standing there, somebody taps me on my shoulder. I turn around and sure as shit, there he is, Orion standing there. Long story short, that's kind of how I got on to be on TVN, was meeting Orion at Vape Stock, and it went from there. But I spent half of my time there with him, and he was just an awesome guy to hang out with. A lot of fun, funny as hell, total ball breaker, just all around a really solid guy. So, a little while after Vape Stock, it was announced that the Hooligans would be releasing juices to LJZ Smokes as a wholesaler to sell through LJ's. The few that I have today to review are Voodoo Cola, Beach Smoothie, and Wicked Berry Blast. Now, this was my Voodoo Cola. Took me like 3 days to finish that. I have another bottle. I'm just trying to milk all of it that I can. So, needless to say, totally into the Voodoo Cola. Let me take a hit on this piece of shit Smoke Tech atomizer, very buildable, that if I were Genesis, I'd be offended that they call it Genesis style. Although you can, like, F with it enough to make it work. Great vapor production, solid throat hit, exactly where I want it, not too strong, not soft, perfect. But the real thing about this juice is the flavor. Everybody who knows me knows that I have really been trying to get into the more refreshing juices, or at least I should say, I've really been dying to get some. And recently a couple have come out, and this is one that is in the permanent rotation. It's a cherry cola, to me a cherry Pepsi. I get Pepsi out of it. To me there's a distinct difference, and with all the different cola flavorings out there, to me this one is like a Pepsi. It's a cherry Pepsi with a hint of lime, and then a hint of like maybe a rum or some sort of like alcoholic beverage. It's not enough to be like, oh, I taste alcohol, because I hate vapes with rum in it. But this one I love. It's so slight that it's like, oh, there's something else in there. I just don't quite know what it is. After reading the description online, it's clear that it's some sort of, alcohol. It's supposed to be like a rum and cherry Coke. And they hit it on the head. But specifically, here's why they hit it on the head. All cola vapes that I have tried in the past are over-colaed. They put too much cola flavoring in it, and all it does is make it taste like flat Coke. This, I think it's because they put a small quantity of the cola in there that it is perfect. It almost gives you that fizziness in your mouth, like you were drinking a cola. And I don't necessarily think it's from anything they added. I think it's just because of the fact that they actually measured out the flavorings for the cola perfectly. I was also skeptical because cherry is another one that even this much in the wrong direction and you're getting medicine, pure medicine flavor. And this has none of that. It's just the perfect balance. It is a cherry Coke. If I were to grade this just on being real to its name, it is a 10 out of 10. It is a cherry Coke with a touch of lime and a touch of something else. Easily a juice that you can vape all day. Just a really, really good juice. If you're into refreshing vapes, or you're into cola vapes, or you've been wanting a cola vape but can't find one that isn't gross and flat, you have to go to LJ's and try this. I'm definitely recommending it. It is by far, by leaps and bounds, the best cola I have ever tried in the 2.5, 3 years I've been vaping. Touch of cola, touch of cherry, touch of lime, and then something else. And the lime I didn't even notice until like the second day of vaping it. After a while, I hadn't vaped for a while, and I picked it up, and I said, holy shit, there's lime in there too. Awesome, awesome flavor. Definitely one I could recommend. If that type of flavor fits your flavor profile, you have to go and try this one. And now LJ actually has sample bottles for like $3. So if you don't want to commit to a 10 ml bottle, you can buy a 5 ml for like $3. So, next will be Beach Smoothie. Now I'll be completely honest with you. I got this juice just because everybody was talking about it. I had no thought of liking it whatsoever. Some of these juices were given to me for review, some were bought. Beach Smoothie, I bought. Now, as soon as I opened the package, and this is how bad I am with banana, and I opened it, I could smell the banana in the bag. Come to find out, it was the Choco-Nana that they have, which is the first juice of theirs that I'm not a fan of. But I think, to me, it should have a little more chocolate and a little less banana, but that's also coming from somebody who hates banana vapes, so take that or leave it. Back to the Beach Smoothie. This doesn't really, like I said, fit my flavor profile for what I would normally vape. I'm not really into the tropical-ish kind of vapes. I don't like pineapple vapes, which luckily there is no pineapple in this. But let me take a hit and I'll tell you a little bit about it. I almost want to drink it rather than vape it. God damn. So, the best description I can give you for Beach Smoothie is a strawberry daiquiri put into a coconut with a banana sticking out of it and you drinking it through a straw. It has this just daiquiri or smoothie essence to it. I don't know how they nailed it or which particular flavor made that smoothie essence to it, but to me, it's a strawberry daiquiri with a touch of coconut and a touch of banana. Now, for me to like a vape that has banana in it means that it has got to be a stellar vape, because I hate banana, fake banana, I hate banana vapes. But this one, I almost think the quality would go down without the banana, and that's the first time I've ever said that. The banana is so slight. The same with the coconut. It is so slight. And I know Lee is another one who hates coconut vapes but cannot stop vaping this stuff. They did it at such levels that it makes the vape perfect. Even like the strawberry, you vape it and you're like, is that strawberry? I know it's some kind of fruity daiquiri, but I'm pretty sure it's a strawberry. It's meant to be like a strawberry daiquiri. But they went really light on the strawberry to keep that real smoothie kind of flavor going, and it's incredible. Vapor on this is incredible. Throat hit is slight. It's not missing, but it's not like the Voodoo Cola. It's kind of in between those. It's enough to satisfy my throat hit urges, but definitely lighter than the others. So that is Beach Smoothie. Again, my second bottle that I've gone through because it is freaking phenomenal. And this goes to show, like, you know, sometimes there's juices that you stay away from because you don't think you'll like them, and it ends up being something stellar that you love. And this is the exact example of that for me. Last, but certainly not least, is Wicked Berry Blast. Now, I have 2 bottles here of Wicked Berry Blast. And I don't know if you can tell the difference. This is a steeped bottle. This is a newer bottle. Maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks old. So Wicked Berry Blast definitely will get darker as it ages. But in both ways, newly crisp and steeped, it's a perfect vape. Oh. I have vaped a lot of Wicked Berry Blast. I couldn't tell you how much. They used to, before LJ came along, they used to sell through another vendor, and they only had 15 ml bottles, and I would order them 3 at a time, every couple of weeks. So I am super familiar with this juice. I don't know exactly which berries are in there because it's so perfectly blended, but if I had to guess, it would be blackberry, strawberry, maybe a little blueberry, and maybe a little raspberry. Then on top of that, there's this incredible cream. I don't know, I DIY, and I don't know what cream they're using, because I'm familiar with a lot of different creams used in the vapes, and I can't figure out what it is. I wish I could, because I would do it into all my fruit vapes that I make myself to use, because the cream in this is unlike anything else I have ever tried. Oh, just delicious. If you're into fruity vapes and you're into fruity vapes with cream, definitely try this. It's not overly creamy, it's not overly fruity. It's another perfectly blended juice. It's hard to pull out the specific fruits because they're so well blended. All I could say, it's just an excellent fruit vape. I have vaped a shitload of it, and I will continue to vape a shitload of it, especially now that it is available on LJ's eSmokes. I was rallying trying to get this up on the site, and it finally is. And I'm happy because I love this juice. So, I also touched on the other juice I had, which was the Nano Chocolate. That was the one that I was not a fan of. I unfortunately don't have it anymore. I probably should have let it steeped out more and tried it a little bit more, but I gave it to somebody who wanted it, so I piffed it. I probably will in the future try it again after it steeps for a while and see how the flavors change. I am just not a big banana fan, so the Choco-Nana it wasn't for me at all. But these 3, the Voodoo Cola, Wicked Berry Blast, and Beach Smoothie are 3 that, like I said, if those sort of fit in your flavor profile, they are must tries. I'm all over YouTube, I'm all over Facebook, on all the vaping threads, and I've yet to hear somebody say a bad thing about any of these 3 juices that I just tried. They are quality juices. You could tell it's made with quality ingredients. The throat hit is right where you want it to be for the most part. I mean, the Voodoo Cola has the perfect throat hit. The other 2 are just slightly lighter than the cola. And I noticed the steeped out Wicked Berry Blast has a stronger throat hit and has a better throat hit than the new Wicked Berry Blast. So take it or leave it, that's what it is. So that's what I got. Hooligan Vapes. Definitely check them out. LJ's eSmokes. Also, they have a show on TBN. I will find out the time and post it on here. And what else did I want to say? They also have a Facebook page, which I will try and link in my description. And that's all I got until I see you guys later. Oh, one last thing. Not having anything to do with Hooligan Vapes, but recently Justine, she is Just Wah on YouTube, she did a video about a vendor and a bad experience she had. Now what I'm about to say is not about that vendor. I'm just going to leave that whole subject alone. but I'm going to post her video in my description because I believe it's something that everybody should watch. The reason being, when you're going to try a new vendor, you need to ask questions. And any vendor who's not willing to answer your questions or giving you an attitude about your questions is a vendor you don't want to order from. When I order from a new vendor, there's certain things I ask. Do you put extra throat additives? No. Okay. Do you add whatever? Some vendors put caffeine in their juices. That's a no-no for me. Flavor additives for throat hit. That's a no-no for me. The only throat hit I want is what's given to me from my nicotine. Capsaicin is one that they use. Capsaicin and alcohol, which capsaicin was banned by the FDA they were using it on studies to make people cough. And they actually banned it, finding that it was not safe to inhale. So the point is, make sure you ask questions. Go online, go on the threads, go on the forums, and find out about these vendors that you're ordering juices from. Most of them will be open and honest and tell you anything that you want to know, and the ones who are not are the ones you do not want to order from. That's all I got. These guys, Hooligans, happen to be guys that I know from TVN, and all of their juices are made from 99.9% pure nicotine, or what is it, 99.998 nicotine. The best VG and PG out there, so definitely check out their juices on LJZ Smokes. That's about all I got. Right now, my parking lot is completely flooded, and I stalled my car on the way home because of this hurricane. Maybe I'll throw that video on here. It's interesting. So. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Sorry for the length of this video, but go to LJZ Smokes and make sure you try out these juices. If they sound like something you'd like, I bet they are, because they are super quality juices. That's all I got for now. I will see you guys on TVN.